Would you get up to Scotland to play much?
No, I do play in Scotland from time to time. Obviously, this guitar festival, Ullapool. But I did a short tour last year around this time actually, which nicely led into this festival. So I play with a folk singer called Daria Kulesh. So we do duo gigs. So we've done some bits and bobs. We played in Strathpeffer and we did a gig on Skye and bloody blah, a few other things like that. And we're doing something again next year again around this time as well. We've got a gig in Braemar. Mainly Highlands really.
Yeah, good.
To be honest, not so much Central Belt.
Well, I live on Arran. It's Isle of Arran off the west coast.
Right.
And it's a nice lively little music scene there.
Yeah.
I play a bit in a local restaurant. Played in a bluegrass band for a while.
Yeah.
And a wedding band. Some Scottish dance music. And now I'm solo, so I'm
cool.
Trying to figure out pedals and loopers and all that sort of stuff. Which I saw you were using some nice kit on the stage.
Yeah, but I'm a pedal enthusiast.
Yeah.
I just love pedals. I love kit.
Yeah.
Bits and bobs, That's all really geeky and everything. But I'm always trying to fine tune and refine the setup and pedals. Someone's ringing me.
Oh, do you want to get it?
No, it's all right. Depends who it is. Oh, it's John Smith. Better take this.
Okay.
That's the legend. That's John Smith. We've been plotting a hack-up stack poly later on, so.
Oh wow!
It was slightly weather dependent, and it looks like we might have a gap.
Yeah.
So.
I went up there mid-90s, I think.
Did
it must have been. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it'll kick my hangover into touch.
Oh, it will for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that scene out of Train Spotting.
Yeah, right.
And they get off the train and walk 50 yards and then sit down.
Yeah.
There. Are you serious?
We had a bit of a late one last night. It was good fun, but it was great crack. But yeah, so we were talking pedals, weren't we?
We were.
Yeah, so some people are dyed-in-the-wool aficionados of the puritanical kind of no tech, no nothing. But I do like pedals and messing around with delays and reverbs and I just bought this. I bought a new one actually called the Plus pedal, and what's the name of the company that makes it? Gamechanger Audio. So the Plus pedal is like a piano sustain pedal, and it actually looks like one. They've engineered it out of brass or something.
Oh wow!
It's a very pretty looking thing, and you can play a chord and catch the chord and sustain it, and then noodle over the top if you want, or you can do a individual note and layer up, build up chords like note by note, and there's a little attachment called the wet pedal, which is a great name for a pedal, I think, which is literally just a single foot switch that goes into the expression out on the Plus, and it's cuts the dry signal, so it still registers you going through, but so you cut the dry signal and then you play a note and hit the Plus pedal and the note will grow out of nothing, and then you can build it up, so it's like you can make instant spa music,
You played it yesterday, and I was wondering how you did it.
Right, yeah.
Because you were playing, I was right in the front row, so I could hear the guitar acoustically.
Sure, yeah, that's the thing.
So when you were playing a note, there was nothing.
Yeah.
And then it started to swell.
Yeah. It's a nice effect, and it's pretty unique as a product. I mean, it's a kind of pricey pedal, but it's the technology is, warrants that, I think, and it's a really nicely made thing. But it's a gimmick, really, but.
Well, no, it's a creative
You've got to bring something to Ullapool Guitar. You've got to bring something different, haven't you? Because Ullapool Guitar Festival, you've got to turn up with your A game here. Yeah. You can't wing it.
Well, what I find is, it feels like to me this is my first time I've been to this,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
But I used to go to Kaufman Camp over in Tennessee, and this has a similar kind of vibe where it's like the tutors come together, the musicians come together.
Yeah.
having not seen each other for a while, so it's like a reunion.
Yeah.
And you're talking about your A game. I mean, everyone just is so relaxed, and it looks like you're having so much fun on stage, and that comes across to the audience as well. It's
I'm glad it comes across.
Super chilled.
Genuinely, it's terrifying.
Is it?
It might, if it doesn't, if that's disguised, then I'm doing all right then, because I you know, but the audience here is wonderful, but they know what they know.
Yeah.
You can't kid anyone here. It's a very discerning crowd, and as it should be. You know, people are enthusiasts about the instrument and the musicians, and it's great. So you don't want to let anyone down, least of all yourself, but also the crowd. You know, they want a good afternoon's music or whatever, or evening's music. And there's a lot of variety here, and so many different players with different styles. And but yeah, I always feel like you just want to turn up with your A game, and because it's important. You know, we're all great friends, of course, but you're still we're united by this thing and our own interpretation of this thing, this guitar thing, and but there's a lot of mutual respect, and I just always feel like, you know, I've got this massive imposter syndrome thing, like, how am I getting away with this, you know, when I'm...
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's funny, it's a silly thing, but in a way that's better that way than the other way, isn't it?
I think so.
Having a massively overinflated sense of self. But you know, like Clive Carroll is a really dear friend of mine, and John Smith is a great friend of mine, and these guys are just geniuses, you know. So I feel privileged to know, you know, to have friends like that. I always like to surround myself with people that keep me on my toes in a good way, in a positive way, and try and make me the best Tristan I can be. And that goes for all walks of life beyond the guitar, you know. Roger Bucknell, who makes my guitars, makes Fylde Guitars, is similar, you know. The guy's a polymath.
Right.
You know, he's just the most fascinating man. Almost the fact that he makes beautiful guitars is like the least interesting thing about him, you know.
Okay.
And yeah, he happens to be the you know, guitar making genius as well. So yeah, I just, you know, I love to be able to be around people that just fascinate me and make me feel like have a positive influence on me as a person, you know. It's important.
Well, that's the vibe here. I mean, from an audience perspective, like me, the players are all very approachable, down to earth, and just people, you know.
Well,
and we're here to meet one another, not necessarily to, you know, bow down at your feet. Although, well,
God no, it'd be weird anyway. but I mean, Richard Lindsay runs it, obviously, and he, Rich and Colleen, lest I speak out of turn, obviously they put on this amazing thing, and they you know, they smashed through the fourth wall basically. There's no, everyone gets just mingles and eats together and drinks together, and, you know, supports each other. And there's the late night festival club where, you know, brave souls will get up and do a turn in amongst, you know, the pros, and there's some hot players, you know, just in the crowd. You know, people who are thinking, well, yeah, this guy should have a gig, you know. Yeah, it's great. It's humbling as well. It's humbling, and I love to do the workshops. And you know, like today, I just come out of a workshop, and I say I've been leading the workshop, but it was a very interactive and cooperative couple of hours. And I work in a particular guitar tuning a lot, and you know, it was forming the basic launch pad of the class, really. But then a couple of the guys were already quite conversant in this tuning, and were able to contribute their ideas and stuff that they'd found out themselves and share it. And it was a really kind of sharing experience. It sounds cheesy to say, but it makes my job a joy, you know. You go, oh yeah, cool, oh let me, you know, I can use that. Or like this guy just showed, you know, identified something about these chord shapes that we were looking that I hadn't even noticed in all these years. I'm like, oh, how did I not spot that, you know? And it was really nice from that perspective to be able to just share ideas and you know, all this kind of, see where it goes.
So it's a C-based tuning that you use?
Yeah, I use CGD, GCD.
Is that
CGD, GCD. So the bottom three are like a cello, basically. So you get a nice fifths, and you can voice triads with a wide open voicing like a root fifth and then a sixth above it, or a major or minor sixth, so to give you, well, voicing the third above in the octave above, and it really opens the chord. Actually, you get these nice wide, almost like piano-like voicings.
So that's like a second inversion?
Not a second, it's not it's an open voicing rather than specifically an inversion.
Right.
But, well, whatever.
Yeah.
We could, yeah.
So that's the Orkney tuning, is it? That Steve,
do you know what
Steve Boffman uses?
Yeah, I think he christened it Orkney tuning for his own. I don't know why or how that came to be. I think it might maybe learnt it in Orkney or something. But I call it seesaw tuning because the top 5 strings is sawmill tuning from a banjo, and there's a C in the bottom, so like seesaw.
Well, that's clever.
Well,
it's much easier to say than could you.
Exactly, yeah. Well, the thing is, Dadgad's very popular because it's got vowels in it. Yeah. You say it. What tuning's like? It doesn't work. Exactly. But I'm working in that a lot, and I'm putting together slowly writing a book. You know, basically using that as the thread, and arrangements of traditional tunes and that kind of stuff, and because it's still quite undiscovered in a way. Right. Dadgad's obviously very popular for good reason, but this seesaw or Orkney, whoever you ask, seems to be quite curiously overlooked in a way, which makes my life easy when I'm teaching workshops, because pretty much everyone's like, oh, I like that. That's new. Yeah. You know, whatever standard they might be, whether they're just starting out or quite advanced, it might be something that people haven't tried before, and you know, whatever. Yeah. But yeah,
I play in CGD GAD quite a lot.
CGD GAD, okay.
Yeah, which I got from El McMean. I don't know if you've heard of El. He's a player from New Jersey. Right. He was a partner in a law firm, and he gave it all up to play guitar. Okay. Beautiful, very lyrical, very melodic. Yeah. Very. Nice. His phrasing is lovely.
Check it out.
I had some lessons with him.
Okay.
And worked on some pieces. And C-GAD, as he calls it, or some people have called it L-GAD because he's
yeah.
But Dave Evans, I think, used it as well.
Okay.
Going way back to, there was a compilation called Ramble to Cashel and the Blarney Pilgrim. It was 2 sort of compilations of Celtic fingerstyle. Okay. And Dave Evans is on there, playing in that tuning. Have a go, see what you think.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Just looking for new things, definitely.
Yeah. So your Fylde guitar, that's your exclusive, your number 1? Or?
Yeah, it's my new squeeze. Yeah. Basically, well, I've been playing.
Did you say you've had it a few months?
No, less than. I've had it 3 weeks, I think.
Okay.
It's a really new thing, and it's a lovely guitar. It's just a lovely guitar.
I've got a new guitar. Guess who made it? The wonderful Roger Bucknell making my new guitar. It's 2 weeks old, so we're bonding, and we're in the honeymoon period. And one thing that everyone sort of catches people's eye about it is this tiny little scoop here. It's not a cutaway, it's a scoop apparently. And we were just speculating on how he achieved this effect, and I think what I've actually deduced is that what he did was he hung it up when it was finished, and he got a big samurai sword. One hit.
But it was specifically put together with using the tuning as the rationale, really. But I don't need an excuse for a new guitar. But I was wanting to have something built around that, because if I'm almost exclusively using a tuning, why compromise? You know. Yeah. So Roger Bucknell and myself just discussed, you know, a spec that might work. So, it's got like a multi-scale fingerboard, kind of fan fret. But only very subtly. So, because he uses 2 basic scale lengths in his guitars. This is the nerdy bit. 629mm for the short scale guitars and 648mm for the long scale guitars. So we basically went, well, let's go both of those scale lengths on the same guitar. Yeah. Or 629 to 648 on the bass side. Yeah. So it means you can have a slightly thicker, heavier string at a good tension to support the C. Yeah. So it works. It's great, and it's a subtle fan, so you don't feel any different. But intonation feels more precise, more accurate, and not to say that unfan-fretted file guitars don't. They all do, but it just feels just really right.
Yeah,
it feels appropriate for the tuning. So I'm just getting to grips with it, but we're in the honeymoon period, me and this guitar at the moment. So it's all good.
Well, it's lovely to hear on stage. I haven't heard it acoustically, but it sounded fantastic.
If it sounded right in the house, then that's cool.
One of the things about this festival is the theatre sound is just incredible.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great
It's
space
Dougie that's doing the sound.
Nigel.
Yeah. Phenomenal.
Yeah, man, he's great. He seems to know what he's doing, and it was funny because I'm not techie with sound engineering, in that regard, and in the sound check there was something quite, because the guitar is so new. I've only gigged it twice, so I'm still kind of getting used to it in a live setting. Acoustically it's fine, but you're never quite comfortable unless you've heard the output that's going to be consumed by the public, which is the sound in the theatre, and we were just messing around, and there was a toppy frequency I could tell it was there, but I didn't know what to do about it. I've got my EQ on my preamp, but that's not doing it, and he just sort of said he identified that the issue was the reverb tail, the problematic frequencies were on the reverb tail, so we could just literally adjust that. I'd never thought of that, So we then ended up having a great sound rather than just a good sound.
I would never have thought of that either.
No, it's interesting. So I don't have that. I don't think like a sound engineer.
No, I've had to do it a lot.
Have you? Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not where I excel.
Right.
Played in a wedding band, as I said, and we were mixing sound from stage. It was a 5-piece band. I was playing rhythm guitar and running the desk, and it was a nightmare.
You're right. Yeah.
With monitors and everything.
Yeah.
Well, Tristan, thank you for sitting
you're welcome,
down.
yeah.
It's been lovely to talk to you.
You're welcome.
Hope I get to hear you play again at some point. Do you think?
I'm around all afternoon. I'll be noodling away. What else is there to do?
Well, you could go up a hill.
Could go up a hill, yeah. I think I might need to, pack in a sandwich first. But we got this. Seemed to have a break in the weather, which was fortuitous because it was pretty grim earlier.
It was.
But I do like climbing the hills. So.
Come and see us on Arran sometime.
All right, yeah.
The Isle of Arran is beautiful. Great venues for music.
Love to, yeah.
Amazing hills.
Cool. Isle of Arran. I'll do that.
Yeah,
I've never been to the Isle of Arran.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Nice one. All right. Cheers,
Thank you,
Cam.
Tristan. Lovely to talk to you.
You're welcome.